Really, no fear. If I could have that half of my life, no fear. That's the only way I can describe it.
This is WURD Radio,
96.1 FM
and 900 AM WURD, Philadelphia. Independent
Black Media.
The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on WURD Radio do not necessarily reflect those of ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
Welcome to the Green Hour on WURD at 96.1 FM and also 900 AM on the weekend, sponsored by Celia. I'm your host, Dr. Paul Hopkins. We're here every Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. You can also find us online at www.wurdradio.com and in the community. My co-host and health advocate, Bill Morgan. You there, Bill?
You got it, buddy, right here.
And each week we bring clarity to the conversation about health and environment. We encourage clean living from the inside out. A centerpiece of this is maintaining a healthy lifestyle and getting informed about the connection between good health and what is happening in the world around you. It includes what you consume, what you wear, what products you use on your body, how you clean your home, what you drive, what you purchase, and the decisions you make every day. We focus on the environment as a key part of our social integrity. On the Green Hour, we will focus on how the people and the planet are one. Without further ado, welcome, family! Hey!
Yes, sir.
In the house.
Yes, Mike Moore is in the house.
Big Mund L. Morgan. How you doing, man?
Oh, man, I'm doing well. Just don't ask me no questions.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
You see my sign, right?
The shirt says it all.
Hey, Mike, I couldn't take it. Couldn't take it.
Couldn't take it today. I hear you.
Take it no more.
That's my move sometimes when I'm at work.
I know that's right, buddy. But you know, look, man, I'm doing really good. It's not the sun's shining over here. Look, no rain, no drizzle, no nothing. It's just gorgeous outside. So maybe spring really made you this time, buddy.
Well, hey, man, you know spring just arrived.
Yeah, buddy.
Today, 5:37 a.m. The equinox place, and you remember, family, we talked about a little bit yesterday. What you want to do is make sure that this is the time getting the sun. Now you're going to see more light during the day, so take advantage of the sun when you can. You're going to see the weather start to change, of course. Vitamin D, even though our recommendation, we say not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul, family. Whenever you start to say usually this is the change of seasons, we change the vitamin D, because it's usually international units. We try to say seasonal support is about fall and winter is always going to be 10,000 IUs, but usually now, because of the spring and summer, we go into 5,000. We used to cut back, but now because of COVID, you probably want to just stay around 10,000 right now because you're indoors a lot. So keep that in mind, family. All right. All right, Big B, there's so much going on in the world, man. The COVID, I'm looking at the numbers, and it's concerning me. It's really concerning me because people believing that this thing is over, or that I can go out and start partying and having What's happening in Miami, man? What is going on?
I was just getting ready to say, look, Florida's going to start raising. They just lost it all, man. And look, spring break. You know what? Here's the thing. Young people don't get it. See, they got to get young like me before they realize it, Dr. Paul. You know what I mean? The reality is that, unfortunately, young people, hey, y'all, get this. Hear me real carefully. Y'all will die, too. I don't want nothing to happen to you. Okay, so cover up. Listen, give the result. Respect the elders at this point and say, just look, you know what, I'll just hold on. And remember, we keep saying, you know, there's something out there. We may not know what it is, but there is something out there. The key right now is to cover and make sure that you can be here tomorrow to continue to celebrate with your family and your friends. That's just the bottom line. Really easy. Really.
Story for us on that, on the what's happening in Miami right now. Do you got the story on Miami right now? The one
which one now? I know you sent me 2 or 3 here.
Yeah. See, what's happening is that, you know, this is my concern. Why you look for the article? My concern is that here we are, you know, a lot of people getting the vaccine. It's being heavily promoted. Okay, we understand that. That's your choice. But the thing is, it's being maybe marketed in the wrong direction, that this is a force of your immunity, that this is actually means that you can't get it and that, you know, you're okay. Even when, you know, the health folks came out and said, no, this is not meaning that you're not immune to it. This means that we just want to make sure you're covered. But hey, guess what? Your immune system is going to be the key anyway. So build your immune system.
Yeah, guys, listen to this.
Yeah, go ahead and read that article.
Okay, listen, guys. COVID-19 live update. Workers at the U.S. meat plants now have vaccine access in most states. Now, Miami Beach Police enforced a curfew against defiant spring breakers. American Muslim groups are offering reassurances that vaccination will not break the coming Ramadan fast. Now, then it goes on, sis. It goes on with a whole bunch of stuff. Employees at talk about food processing plants, right? But there's a whole lot of stuff, folk. I keep telling you. People. Here, let me go into it real quick. Where the Miami police they're breaking up crowds. Dr. Paul here. Listen, Miami officials struggled to enforce a new 8 p.m. curfew on Saturday in the city's South Beach Entertainment District. Videos on social media showed hundreds of people gathered outside after dark on Saturday, and law enforcement dispersing crowds. In trying to control crowds and taking a subject into custody, the Miami police said they used pepper bullets. 2 officers were also injured and taken to a hospital, according to a departmental tweet. The police arrested at least a dozen people, according to CNN. Folks, that means the city of Miami Beach worried about the bigger-than-usual crowds filling the streets of South Beach and threat of a resurgent coronavirus, declared a state of emergency and moved up its curfew on Saturday in an effort to shut down late-night spring break partying that is said had gotten out of control. Y'all, you gotta listen.
Yes, you gotta listen. And then on top of that, you know, what's happening right in New York City, the Brazilian version is now arrived in New York City. Exactly. You know, we were talking about that about 3 or 4 weeks ago, about how the other versions were, the UK version was arriving in New York, and sort of New York was like a focal point because of so much going on in New York. But now with the Brazilian variant now there, my concern is that the marketing is not pushing in the right direction and understanding, and that people are just thinking they're letting the guard down. And we were here right at this moment last year, same spot.
Same place.
People were, you know, putting it down like it's not something, and then we saw that big surge, and that surge is starting to happen again, and that's where we got to watch what's happening and go into the numbers for this present term right now. We can actually go to our website and get
I'm there right
updates.
Now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, guys, and by the way, just even before I go to the numbers, I was informed, guys. Listen, bear this in mind, guys. This young man who did this, was it a high school project, Dr. Vaughn?
Yes, it was.
This was a high school project, guys. Now, get this. This young man has done all this research and on his own does not, listen, he won't even take donations, guys. How about that? He's warning us, keeping us up on everything so that we know what to do to keep us mentally healthy, physically healthy, all those kinds of things, so that we can stay straight. So make sure you pay attention to the numbers. Here we go. Updated 16 minutes ago. Total confirmed cases right here now. Around the world, 123,700,519. Okay? Those are total confirmed cases around the world. Total critical, 90,267. Total deceased, it's just gone out the world now, 2,725,070. Total active, guys, 24 million. See, that's beginning to creep back up again. 303,851. Big Mike, Big Mike, Big Mike. Give the drum for recovery, man. That's what's up. Bam, 99,625,862. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's what's coming. Now, Dr. Ball, let me share something with you. Well, I don't want people to get too comfortable. Total vaccinated now, hear me now, 258,958,639. Now, that's total vaccinated. You know, and that was some questions that I had, but I'll say that for a little later on because, you know, vaccinations, we'll deal with that at another time because we have to, folk have to decide what they're going to do about the vaccination on their own. You know,
that's right. You know, to each one, get informed. That's what we say. Get informed to know what you're doing. But, you know, there's so many things that are, you know, you're not, I believe the wrong message is being promoted, you know, and that's where we have to be careful. Yes. But, yes, we are coming to that total number of total recovered. You know, we always give that number of total recovered here on the Green Hour because we know that people want to know some good news, that some things are happening. We're coming close to the 100 million mark for those recovered, you know, 100 million people.
That's
you got that?
Out
of 123 million of infected.
Yes.
And that's worldwide. 100 million recovered. How about that? That actually had and then actually have been recovered. So keep that in mind, family. We want to keep that in mind. You know, this is ultimately affecting us all. You know, and we know that this has been a long year and a half, going into 2 years now.
I know that's right.
And a lot of people have been suffering on a lot of levels, whether it was a job, whether it was, you know, income, you know, dealing with residencies where we are living, you know, a lot of, even the children. So we're going to go into a lot of that today. But, you know, I also want to always do a check-in, you know, because, you know, there's people on the front line that are making the difference. And many of you know that I'm a part of the Chosen 300 Ministries, and I've been, you know, and he, good friend of ours, you know, Brian Jenkins. Last time we were, I think he was stuck somewhere.
Yeah, Brian was stuck, man. I know if Brian was going to make it back.
I didn't know if he was going to make it back, but Brian Jenkins has me on has selected me, and you know, it's an incredible honor to be on the Chosen 300 Ministries board of directors. And I always want to have a check-in with Brian because Brian's on the front line and helping people that are going through issues and situations right now, especially when it comes to homeless in Philadelphia, and that's always been his mission. Without further ado, I want to welcome Brian Jenkins. Brian Jenkins, you there? Let's give him a green hour.
Yes, sir.
All right, Brian, how are you, my brother?
I have to say one thing. I just want to come up with some new news so the way people stop saying, you're the guy that got stuck in Guyana.
Hey, I know you. Yeah. The guy that got stuck. Well, how you doing, Brian?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm just really excited about your show today, just dealing with the COVID-19 virus. And I can say that I'm one of those ones that was recovered, and I have been vaccinated. And I've been encouraging people to, be informed, but think about really getting the vaccine because in order to curtail this virus and to get back to some sense of normalcy, we gotta beat this virus.
Yeah. Now, Brian, you're doing, exceptionally with the homeless ministry, but also, you're doing incredible things with not only just the ministry, but also the feeding of people and having the availability for people to get food, down to it, man. That is the most important thing right now. That's helping out the subsidizing of people's homes right now because of what they're going through. So tell us a little bit about what's going on with the programs.
Absolutely. So, one, as you mentioned, so many people are down on their luck right now. I mean, people are really dealing with poverty and food insufficiency that never had to deal with it before. And so one of the things that we have done over the last 6 to 8 months is that we have increased our bulk food distribution where families can come and pick up food. Now at 12 different locations, we're actually having 60,000 pounds of food going out every single week. And we're talking about tractor trailers dropping off at different locations, and there's 12 of them now. And folks can get that information off the website because we want people to know that that food is available. And one of the things that we've always shared is that even if you don't need a box, there's, Mama Susie on, down the block that could use a box of food, or that family that has 6 or 7 kids that, the single mother's struggling. Pick up a box for somebody else and help us be the hands and feet of Jesus to be able to reach them. So that's what that program is all about. But then also we're continuing our work with those that are homeless and living in shelter or living on the streets, and we're providing over 150,000 full-course meals throughout the year, and those numbers are increasing as well. But one of the things that's important to us, though, is to make sure that every time that we serve, and I heard you say feed earlier. We don't feed, we serve.
Yes,
there's a difference. look,
you got me the first time, and I should have said that before. Yes, absolutely.
There are people that feed, but there's a quality of excellence about what we do, and making sure that we're serving them as if Christ was there himself, because this is your Sunday morning sermon. As much as you do it unto the least of them, you've done it unto me. But not only just what you do, but how you do it. And so we believe in just giving them our very best. But we had experience, every day is an interesting experience for Chosen 300. So, matter of fact, y'all can check it out on Channel 3 tonight. But somebody called the police on me this morning because we were holding worship in Love Park. And we do this every Sunday morning. I got to keep you out
of trouble, man. I got to keep you out of trouble.
They called the police on me, and they had some city officers, and they even had a person there with a sound projector to determine how many decimals my sound was. I said, "Turn it up a little louder than before." but
my goodness.
The thing is that they have so many events out on the Parkway. I mean, Jay-Z can be up there cranking it out. The Pope can come down, he can crank it out. But when we're, sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ and ministering those that are impoverished, then it's a problem. And so, we got to pray for those people in the condos. Hopefully they get delivered. But we're not changing. And I told them today, I said, the only way I'm getting out of this park is in handcuffs. So since you're on the board, make sure you get the bail money ready for me, all right?
Apparently they have never been to a real service, to see the praising of the Lord going on.
Oh, yeah. So, man, we make a joyful noise unto him. And, people talk about the sacrifice that we make and putting ourselves on the line for this. But when you realize it, as we point towards the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus, he put his life on a tree for us. So we reciprocate that and letting our minds, having the mind of Christ, and extend our sacrifice by laying ourselves down for the cause of Christ.
All right.
So that's what we do.
All right. Beautiful, beautiful. And Brian, for those that are listening, you start, that's Wednesday. It starts on Wednesday. Is that correct? The first giveaway for distribution site starts on Wednesday. Is that correct? Still going on?
That's correct. It's Wednesday. The first one is at the First Baptist Church at Crestmont. That's every Wednesday at 2 o'clock. And then Friday, there's like 5 different locations, and there's also 6 different locations on Saturday, and they're all throughout the region. They go up as far as Reading, down to Sharon Hill, throughout the city. So there's wonderful opportunities. Again, you can go on the website at chosen300.org. And the other, important thing that we're doing, I want to put this out there because you have an audience that can really utilize this service. And this is just not for the homeless. This is for anybody. We have free expungement services at Chosen 300. So if you have a record, and I'm not talking about an LP or 45, but some had happened.
All right, I heard that.
You can get your record expunged for free at Chosen 300, and we take care of the fees. So whether that's an arrest, an ARD, or a low-level misdemeanor, we can take care of that for you.
All right, Brian, that is awesome. So let's get the number out to the folks and family that are listening to you who may not be online. How can they get a hold of you?
So it's 215-243-0300. You did mention online, chosen300.org as well. People can give that way, too, because we do need financial support from the community, or Cash App $chosen300. We need your help.
Right. So that, again, is www.chosen300, that's 300, .org. Family, if you're listening, and also 215-243-0300. Thank you so much, Brian Jenkins. I got to keep you out of trouble, man.
Yes, sir, buddy.
Look, I'm like the senator. I'm in good trouble, brother.
You are trouble. And that is, again, is Brian Jenkins, our head and CEO, president.
That's what's up.
All right. Thank you so much, Brian. We appreciate you checking in, man.
God bless you, man. Thank you.
All right, man. Take care.
Bye-bye.
See,
All right.
What's up.
You know what? So much, Big B, when it comes to, what's happening with the people, in different areas of the city and subsidizing, it goes a long way, man.
Yeah,
when you
it does.
more that can help, whether it's a bag of rice, canned foods, things like that. We on the Green Hour, we try to do everything to be as, conscious and health conscious as possible. But sometimes, there's some people that have nothing at all. And this pandemic has really shaken the fiber and foundation of every part of the United States. So we never know, someone may be quietly suffering. So all those opportunities are available on Chosen 300's website. Again, that was Chosen 300.org. And again, the number was 215-243-0300. And it may not be you that may need it. It may be for someone else. So you may be listening today just for someone else. Share that number. Make it the biggest number, and the hottest number in Philadelphia right now, where you can call and always, starting on Wednesday, pick up food all through the week. All right, family? All right, we got a quick. This is Dr. Paul and Bill 1L Morgan. This is the Green Hour, 96.1 FM, 900 AM, WURD. We'll be right back.
Hey, WURD family, Reverend Leroy with a boss good recommendation for Clark Roofing. I found them to be a solid business, honest, dependable, fast, and clean workers. Mr. Clark stands by his work. Call him at 215-365-7663.
Call Clark Roofing and ask for second-generation master roofer Calvin Clark. Clark Roofing professionally installs a variety of roofing systems for your home or businesses. Call Clark Roofing at 215-365-7663 or visit their website
at clarkroofingpa.com.
Tune into Reality Check, hosted by Charles Ellison, Wednesdays at noon for Tech Life Steph and the latest digital tips of the week. Brought to you by Comcast.
Pollock Herbs and Vitamin Center, 5925 North Broad Street. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. This week's special, North American Black Seed Oil, 8 ounces. North American Immune 5, 4 ounces. North American Total Body Purge, 12 ounces. That's right, yours, 20% off. But you got to say the key word. I listen to WURD and the Dr. Paul Show or the Green Hour, and you got it. That's right. And they also carry yours truly, Dr. Paul's Herbs, Vitamin Center, Pollock Herbs and Vitamin Center, 215-549-4372, 215-439-43. 215-549-4372. Thank you.
The Black Words Book Club. WURD Radio's new monthly conversation on books that explore the African American experience through social, economic, and environmental justice issues. Tune in the second Tuesday of every month on Evening Words with Nick Taliaferro, 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. For April, WURD Radio is partnering with the Free Library of Philadelphia and showcasing their pick for its annual citywide reading program, One Book, One Philadelphia, entitled The Tradition by Jericho Brown. Be sure to listen live, as Nick Taliaferro will hold a contest for a giveaway book bundle that consists of 4 titles from Kensington's Defina's Authors of Color's newest release. Don't miss it. Tuesday, April 13th on Evening Words with Nick Taliaferro. Attention for WURD members. Get your copy and receive a 20% discount when you purchase at Harriet's Bookstore or Hakeem's Bookstore. For more information on the Black Words Book Club, visit wordradio.com. The Black Words Book Club is sponsored by Defina. Defina is an imprint of Kensington Publishing Corporation, America's independent publisher, concentrating on authors of color.
Enterprise Exterminators, located 4943 Wayne Avenue, specializing in lantern flies, termites, bed bugs, fleas, mice, and roaches. Do-it-yourself kits are available. Call now, 215-849-7070.
You're listening to The Green Hour, exclusively on WURD Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD, Black Talk Media.
And we are back, and we got the giggles over here, y'all. I'm sorry. Mike Moore, did you hear me?
It happens to the best of us, man.
This is the perfect
best
reason why you do not do 2 or 3 things at one time.
That's
You
right.
know, I'm looking at this thing on Facebook, on social media, and it was somebody falling, man, and it just came up and just started cracking me.
See that?
I knew it was something distracting.
I know, you know what? You know what? They need the social media. You know, sometimes when you just you need a laugh, man. Some of the stuff on there is just hilarious, man. You know,
I know that's right.
don't do 2 or 3 things when you got something important. I just want to go back to saying, you know, Pollock Herbs and Vitamin Center, please, family, support our brother. You know, he is doing some great things. And he has the North American Black Seed Oil, which I always talk about, which is 8 ounces. Awesome. North American Immune 5, which is an immune system. You know, we talk about building the immune system, 4 ounces. And also that North American Total Body Purge. All those things this week, y'all. Take advantage of it. You know, get on over the Pollock Herbs. He really helps out with being a remnant in the community for a long time. So 215-549-4372 is the number. That's again 215-549-4372. 4372. I had to show him some justice, man. Because
I know that's right. I know that's right. Hey, Dr. Wall, otherwise he would have gone after his car and got his tie buddy.
I couldn't do it, man. Hey, all right. Now we're going to move forward, family. We got some good stuff today. Okay. I was thinking about what's going on, you know, with the children right now. You know, those affected, that sort of gets lost in marketing, media, things like going on. It's what's happening to our children.
Yes.
And, you know, I have a 18-year-old now. He's about to turn 18.
I can't believe you're 18 years old, man.
Man, I mean, I'm getting old.
Yes, you getting old, Mike.
That's not cool.
So, you know, I thought it would be very appropriate to talk about what's going on with the children right now.
Yes, yes.
Big, you know, there was an article I pulled and I
got it right here, Dr. Ball.
And it's about our children, you know, how they're dealing with, you know, I want to frame this first.
Yes.
What's happening with the children? You already have children that are in the generation where multimedia and everything is on computer screens. So already there's a level of radiation that we're really concerned about, you know, with the games and things. But now the average child having to be online more than often for school on a consistent basis, man. So now some of the children are having headaches, migraines. They're getting into like a post-traumatic stress thing. So I pulled the article. I wanted to just make it aware that the children have to start doing something else. They got to get off of the computers, but also do other things. So even if they're something that's on the computer, maybe they can do something on the computer that's not as close to the screen. You know what I mean? Maybe step away from the screen and do something. So I want to first give him that article I gave you, Big B.
Okay, this is from U.S. News and World Report, guys.
What was it again?
Say it again. Coming from U.S. News and World Report, all right? Yeah. Now, the topic, our headline is Children's Mental Health Crisis Could Be a Next Wave in the Pandemic. Now, check this out, guys. Through the physical efforts of COVID-19 have generally not been as severe for most children compared to adults, but the mental health impacts of the pandemic are just as severe. And that has laid bare an ongoing epidemic in children's mental health. Now, folks, that's according to a panel of experts who recently participated in the U.S. News and World Report webinar on managing children's mental health, a pediatric hospital imperative. Now, listen, the challenge, as they say, is daunting. How then do we address this wave of children's mental health in the context of the trauma that we're all experiencing? That's said from Dr. Karen Price, who's chief of psychology at the Texas Children's Hospital in Houston, and it goes on. It goes on to say that, excuse me, almost got caught over here. That the first portion of the session explored children's abuse. Listen, children abuse, trauma, and so-called adverse childhood experiences in a conversation with Dr. Melissa Merrick, who's the president and chief executive officer of Prevent Child Abuse America, a nonprofit dedicated to addressing child trauma. Merrick discussed how such experiences can have lasting detrimental health effects well into adulthood. Now, these include the traumas that cause children to feel unsafe or uncertain in their environment, ranging from, hear me, abuse and neglect to violence or a family member's mental health illness or incarceration. Hear me, guys. The more adverse children experience or ACEs that children have, okay, the more stress hormones are released in the body, which can set the stage for various health conditions, including cardiovascular disease, depression. Listen now, you child being depressed, anxiety, and other negative health outcomes. Over 40 health outcomes to date have their roots in childhood. Hear me now.
Wow.
A lot of that stuff that we old people have started where? In our childhood, Dr. Paul.
Yeah, so you can stop right there, because that's really really wanted to just get into the the essence of what the article is talking about, and it's talking about how there's a increase in issues with children dealing with cardiovascular disease, depression, anxiety, and other negative health outcomes, up to over 40 health outcomes to date.
Yes.
And their roots in the childhood, starts right there. So a lot happens very much in the early cycles. So how, with this COVID now being sort of no connectivity, no social connection with their peers, that's a part of your education too, Big B. You know, having the ability to know how you connect with people, how you have relationship, and that's the growing years. Those growing years mean a very important point. So today, number one, I want to announce a few things. Number one, my wife, Lisa Hopkins, and everybody knows Lisa, and Lisa's on the comeback from all the things that she's been going through, and we're fighting, and she's getting better every day. But we're launching and we're relaunching her program called the Kama Sailor Group, which is the dance group, and this time, they're doing dance on Zoom, man. They're doing dance on Zoom, and let me tell you. Yes, in the last couple of weeks, we had we've been running it as like a beta project just to see how things will pick up, and we're ready to go live. So I want to bring on the line with me. I have my wife Lisa Hopkins on the line of the Kama Sailor Group, along with my son Jaron Hopkins, who's actually her assistant with everything that's going on. Are y'all there?
Yeah,
they better be.
Hey, bring her a little bit closer. Bring the phone. Hey, Jaron, you there also, Jaron?
Yep. Hey, how you doing?
All right. And I tell you, Lisa, folks wanted to hear from you. So what you got to say? I just want to let you just give a moment to say shout out to everybody.
Hey, everyone. Peace and blessings. I'm so happy to be back. Thanks to God. Thanks to my husband, Dr. Paul. And it's just good to be back.
That's right.
Good. And so Lisa, tell the family about the Kama Sailor program. You're doing it on Zoom now. And you're doing a Zoom dance class. So now the children don't have to get cooped up. They can get out and just, if they can have a laptop or something or a computer, and they can dance right in front of their computer. Tell them about what you got going on.
Okay, well, our dance program is conducted by well-renowned Musa Cooper. He's originally a Beyonce dancer.
Whoa.
And he also he won So You Think You Can Dance. He is conducting the dance Zoom classes right now, and I'm just so thankful for his expertise.
Yes. And some of the things that they're doing, what makes this a little bit different? I know because of the Zoom now, give someone an idea how this is going to work. So they would basically, log on to regular Zoom. So give me an idea, what does the Zoom look like for, any preparation that the children have to do? Is there any age requirements, things like that? Give us the, who are those that actually can participate?
Oh, okay. Any child that's between the age of 8 on up to high school. And they would call my number, which is 215-900-1044 to register. A parent would have to register them because they need the parent's permission to participate. And wear something comfortable because Musa works them out for a whole hour. He's awesome.
So some of the things.
Again, Lisa?
That's 215-900-1044.
Yeah.
All right, got it.
Okay. And so with Musa is an excellent dancer himself. And as you said, he used to dance with Beyonce, and he was with, what was the other program he was with? So You Think You Can Dance?
So You Think You Can Dance.
Right. So he's doing incredible things with the children, and he's giving them moves and dance moves. And how long does this last online? How long
Well,
is the
the
class?
actual class is Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m.
Okay, so Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m.
Yeah.
And with that, is there any special requirements? You said something like they have to have comfortable clothing. Give the family. I want them to get an idea of what's involved.
They should wear sweatpants or something that that stretches. They should wear sneakers. And then have a bandana or something so just in case it gets hot, and an open space to dance.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
And I know the reason why you're doing this. You know, Lisa, you and I have talked about this. You know, because of my opening statement about how the children are not getting the ability to express themselves in the ways they need to, you know, especially at these childbearing years. What are some of the things that you're getting back from the feedback from some of the parents and the children themselves?
The parents are so glad that I am back running this program because the children were getting bored to death. They didn't know what to do with them. So this is definitely an opportunity for them to get back in action. Some of the kids had gained weight, so they said they needed to keep them in shape. So, you know, so it's a good program. Music really works them out very well.
Right. So still there's you know, with the Kama Sailor, tell folks who don't know the name of what Kama Sailor means.
Kama Sailor is actually from my West African, Liberia background, and Kama Sailor means God's blessing because I always felt as though that children are a blessing from God. So that's where the name comes from.
Right.
Yeah,
And that's a perfect thing for, you know, for such a time as this, Lisa, that you're back in action. People are glad to see that, number one, you're doing well, but number two, that you're sewing back into the children and giving a part where now the children can play you're putting in a major gap right now where there's no programs after school. Children want to be able to take that energy. You know, they got to do something, you know, and it's actually that Musa is really challenging them. He challenges them. I'm telling you, he really gets in there, giving them the professional moves, y'all. Hey, I mean, he's bringing it. He's bringing it. And who's helping my wife is over there, that other guy, this other young man.
Doing
a
great
job.
job.
You know, he's
I got to cut across him. I ain't even talking to him because he got hair. I
talking to him because you know what? He's a product of Kama Sailor Group.
Yes.
And Jaron Hopkins, Jaron Elijah, a.k.a. Yaron. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
I am. Yep, I am.
And Yaron has some excellent news. You know, I'm such a proud papa right now. You know, and Mama, you know, we are so proud of Jaron. Jaron, why don't you just break the news to everybody? Because I already broke the news yesterday, but you go ahead and tell everybody what's going on.
Okay, well, I applied to. I was in the application process with several different colleges, and my dream school that we've been praying for, Drexel University, offered me a full ride scholarship, and it was.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It was a full ride and everything, and it was just, man, I can't tell you, I was almost brought to tears. It's just, just everything that we prayed for. I just, first I got to thank God, of course, and I got to thank my amazing parents, not to sound biased, but my mom and my dad have been just such a great inspiration. They've always supported me through the small little auditions when we try to go to New York, to those stage plays where I was portraying Malcolm X. It's been an awesome process, and I wouldn't be able to do any of it without y'all. And also shout out to my teacher, Miss Spencer, from my high school, Arts Academy in Benjamin Rush. Her vocal department has helped me in so many ways, and it was a great program that's definitely, exposed me to new things with artistry, and just everybody at the Rush staff is just, I'm just grateful and thankful.
Yes, and Jaron, you have done well above, your level of expectation. You have applied the principle. Only thing we can give you is set you up and give you the right foundation, and then we just water everything into your life, and you have really shown us proud, and I'm going to tell you, the award you received, you want to tell people about the Liberty Award and what it's involved with? Because it's a Liberty Scholarship, and of those who actually are just eligible to receive. Tell them a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the Liberty Scholars Program, it was basically a program that was set up so that it could reach those kids in these black communities that aren't able to pay for college because of, the expense. And basically the program, you apply by submitting an essay, and the prompt was, it basically talked about John Lewis and what it means to get in good trouble, and what you as a student want to get into good trouble for. And so I wrote my essay on the prison system and how it's been more so about punishment than it's been about rehabilitation. So I was able to, and my pop helped me a little bit with it, gave me some ideas, but I was able to come up with just a great essay that they liked, and basically they chose me along with 65 other students across the nation, only 65, and it's amazing that this is something that Drexel is putting together so they can enrich the leaders of social justice moving forward, and I'm just beyond excited for what I'm going to be able to be a part of.
Well, Jaron, it is a great representation that you will make, because you had the package you put together. Let me tell you, everyone knows I was in the music industry, and the sound and quality of both the production of music and the actual video production was second to none. Man, it was a great project to submit, and on the behalf, and you did great work as a singer, songwriter, producer, editor, director. You did all of it, man. So there's nothing but sky's the limit for you. And I want to say also, you did some other things that you have coming out. You got some projects you're working on, and I think that, you can really represent what Comma Sailor is all about. So I want people to listen and understand that, Comma Sailor is a good stepping stone for a lot of people. And there's a lot of other, members of, former members of Comma Sailor that are doing great things. So we look for great things from you, Jaron. All right, and thank you, and congratulations to you, son.
Buddy.
I'm very proud of you.
Yes,
we
sir.
all are so proud of you and all the things that you're about to do. And Bill, you know what, Big? He going. Part of his curriculum is going to Hollywood. I think he's more excited about that than anything.
I think so too. Hey, Jaron, can I go with you?
Hey, man,
you got a little tiny bag up there, right?
Bring you some swimming trunks. We head on down.
Jaron, don't encourage him, Jaron. Don't encourage him, Jaron. he will show up with swimming trunks on.
He will, right?
Yes, he will.
Hey, man, I love you, Jaron, because Jaron's my boy. I remember the very first time I saw Jaron at the station. Little thing, man. How small he was?
Small thing, yep. Now
he's got the nerve big as he ain't got hair, Dr. Paul. I can't take it.
Yeah. So, Lisa's still there? Lisa? I want you to give out your information so those that are listening can participate with the next Zoom call, or Zoom dance class, which is going to be on Saturday, right? This Saturday coming up, next Saturday at 12 noon. Give them your information, how they can contact you again.
Okay, if they're interested in having their son or daughter participate in our Zoom dance class, they can call me at 900-1044.
Okay, again, 215.
Oh, and my email. Yeah. They also can email me at lisayhop@m.com.
Right, so that's Lisa, Lisa, Y.
Y as in Yvette.
Hop, HOP, at msn.com.
Right.
Okay, and you can also go to the website and see a lot of the other information about the Kama Sailor Group, which is www.kama, KAMA, H as in Harry, LOR.com, right?
Right.
All right, so they can find out more information about, the Kama Sailor Group and the wonderful things that are going. I thought it was a great time because you can really start talking about, with the children. And I'm sure, Lisa, you can agree that, you're going to deal with also the children's questions and concerns about how they're dealing with school and the coronavirus and all that. And I'm sure all those questions are coming up. And then you as a teacher are also doing great things by framing those things for them to help them get past that. And you one last thing I wanted to bring up is that you encourage the parents to be highly connected with that. Give a little bit about the cooperation with the parents that you do, because you have a parents organization, right?
Our parents organization, it was really to help encourage the participation of their children. Because sometimes we deal with kids that are shy or have a low self-esteem. So it was to kind of help bring that out of the children, but also to give the parents some kind of encouragement as well. Because I know being inside is like getting to them. So yes, we have like a parents group, or we had a parents group when I was asked this year.
Okay, right. So that's it always makes a difference because, when you have the ability to, talk directly to the parents, it really makes a difference, in helping them along the way. And every little bit counts right now, family. So I want to thank my wife, Lisa Hopkins, and also Jaron Elijah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, that's what's up.
Yaron, you still there? Is he still there?
Yeah.
Tell them how they can hear some of your music and some of the things that you're doing.
Oh, you giving me the plug option? You can reach me on Instagram at _YAIRON Yaron. You can also can watch some of the new skits and the film that I actually put together to get into Drexel University. It's Yaron, YAIRON on YouTube. And you can also find my music on SoundCloud at Prolific Records, PROLIFIC Records. And yeah, it's just, I'm excited to put out some more, stay tuned.
All right. Stay tuned, family. Stay tuned.
That's what's
All right. Well, thank you. We want to give you a big old clap hands with Green Hour Hand Shop. Yeah. Mike. Yeah, he gonna be on fire, Mike. That's right.
That's for sure.
Well, let's give them both a hand. And thank you so much for chiming in.
Yes.
Listening to children, I get it all the time. I hear, they say, like my wife said, that the children start to get fat.
Yeah.
That's everybody, right? And then, not active, minds not challenging, some of them having issues with, not logging on time with their classroom. So there's a lot of stuff with social media that, or, just being on the computer that's actually not connecting. So what a great place to be on the Comma Sailor Group. So I hope that this really starts to stimulate the children to be more on point. So make sure you reach out again. That's Lisa Hopkins, 215-900-1044. All right, Big B, what else is going on? I talked a little bit about some of those, things that people are having a little issue with the constipation issues that a lot of people are having right now. And believe it or not, you got folks that are having issues they're having problems. What change of seasons brings those times when you must start to cleanse the system. So this time where we have to, we always talk about the circadian rhythm, it's like a broken record. We've been with me for a while.
Always.
But still, people are having those challenges, not understanding. They'll say, "I'm doing the green drink, but I'm not having any issue, no success." But that maybe is because you're not doing holistic health. That means you can still have to exercise, y'all, because you take the herbs and things that we talk about on this show. You still have to do some exercise. You got to get up and move. You don't move it, you lose it. You got to get moving. Moves that lymphatic system, because really, by not going outside and getting the amount of air and the sunshine on a regular basis, it really makes a difference when you start to talk about, moving the digestive system. So a lot of people are saying, I'm having constipation issues, but also they have access to food more because everybody's sitting home. Refrigerator door, I guarantee, Bill, that the numbers on the refrigerator door opening have increased.
Right. Hey, Dr. Paul, look, transparency, man. I don't even want nothing. I walk by and open it up just because.
Just because the refrigerator, they'll have nothing else to do but to open the refrigerator, see what's in there.
That's just sad.
Make sure it didn't get lost.
You know that, Mike, right?
That's just pure sad.
That's just sad.
That's
the state of where we are right now.
Yes, that's so true.
So I want your family to hear me. When it comes to putting energy back in the gut, you got to start to cleanse. What is that? Colon cleanse, parasite cleanse. But there's a lot of other foods and things that you can use. I gave out yesterday some of the things that I recommend. I said the selenium husk, where actually it's psyllium husk is actually used. It's a natural fiber laxative that's used not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. And that's actually just gives a roughage to help to move the system. But that doesn't mean that you still need things that are, hydrogen based. Best of the land, best of the ocean. Got it? Those greens. Got to have those greens. That's why the powdered greens or green drinks, along with the psyllium husk, start to now move the digestive system. I also gave out another one called rhubarb. You heard of rhubarb, right?
Yes, rhubarb pie.
Rhubarb pie. There you go. There you go.
Yes, sir.
And this vegetable is also used to treat constipation also. It's used as a laxative. And several medical journals, they found that it actually deals with anti-diarrheal issues. So issues with diarrhea, which is bacteria or virus invading the intestines. That's another one. Another one is called senna. Senna, S-E-N-N-A. Senna. Senna was always the one. They actually had this thing that about senna when nothing else worked. Folks used to use senna tea because it brings things together as a mass into a mass. Whereas when there's constipation, there may be particulates or breakage in the stool. So now this actually brings everything together in one mass. So now it pushes. So when nothing seems to work, senna always was one that worked for a lot of people. Then there was another one. I wanted to give out another one. And that last one is called slippery elm. Slippery elm. You know how sometimes the words of the herb actually tell you the story and the lore of what it does. So slippery elm has everything to do with coating the intestines so now it moves so that it gives a better digestion. So the history of the slippery elm deals with GI issues. they actually saw that the slippery elm is also something that we use in a lot of our formulas. Like, for example, it's in my colon cleanse also, but it's also in a lot of the parasite formulas. You'll see it in because it sort of resets the intestines.
Okay.
You know, having issues with not moving this digestive system, it sort of resets it. Now, I will challenge you, though, stop eating out of cycle, out of rhythm. People tend to eat out of rhythm, eating at the wrong time. The number one, Bill, I got to tell you the number one time that folks eat the wrong food. Do you know what time that is? The one time, there's two, actually it's two.
Just before you go to bed?
Yeah, before 12 o'clock.
Okay.
And after 7 p.m.
Uh-huh.
Those are the two times when if you are a meat eater, try not to eat meat before 12 or after 7. That's the one that gets everyone. Because what happens with before 12, those that are eating a lot of the heavy meats in the morning, the bacon, the sausage, things like that, number one, they're called nitrites or nitrates. You got to watch them because that causes a lot of baggage. That's a preservative that goes on cured meats. A lot of people can't break that down. They started finding the nitrites and the nitrates in things like, like the little Lunchables for the children. And then they tracked it all the way to looking at levels of leukemia in the body because like a blood poisoning. So yeah, it's dangerous. So you got to make sure there's no nitrites or nitrates. They also found the nitrosamines, found them in things like, the diabetes medication, which is metformin. Now, what in the world is it in there? Yeah, but that just lets you know that the nitrites and the nitrates have everything to do with stopping the energy in the gut, which causes constipation. You got it? So put that number one on your list right there. Second one would be, of course, the refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils. Got it? So the GMO factor. These are the things that cause constipation. Why people are saying, I just can't move the bowels. And then when it sits and sits and sits, can't go nowhere, guess what? It's going to cause those time. Got it? So I just want to leave y'all with just that little bit of information because Mike Moore is giving me the wrap-up sign. It's time to go. Wrap it up. No. Oh, man, family, if you are listening and you've been encouraged, I hope that this show has shown, giving you some inspiration on some level that you can share this information. That's why we say the information you get today, you can use today. Share that information. That's right. Those things we gave out from. We want to thank Brian Jenkins from Chosen 300 for coming through and stopping and telling us about what's going on. Go to their website, which is www.chosen300.org. Also, I want to thank my wife, Lisa Hopkins, for chiming in. Go to the Kama Salar website, which is Kama Salar, KAMASAHLOR.com. Or you can call her at 215-900-1044. Take advantage of these situations that you can actually have the children get into something else other than just sitting there all day. Yes, get them active again. Yes, all right. If they want to contact me, you can call me at 215-779-7355. That's 215-779-7355. Or you can call me at 1-877-377-2854. That's again 1-877-377-2854 for a one-on-one assessment. We're still doing the RM3A. And also go to the website, www.drpaulers.com. Join our Wednesday family tree. Big B, we're doing it.
Yes, sir, buddy. Having cash fun.
Let's put your email and your telephone number, and we will send you a invitation
Personal invitation, guys.
Invitation, y'all. And you can join us on Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. I want to thank our producers, Michael Ledbetter, Laura Lomax, President CEO Sarah Lomax Reese, entire Lomax family. Thank you, Miss Beverly. We appreciate you.
Yes.
And I want to say to Mike Moore, thank you, my brother. I'm putting
Absolutely, no problem at all.
And Bill 1L Morgan. So I want to thank you for all those that tried to call in. We'll get you next week. I promise we'll go into it. But I thought this day was a good day to talk about the children and what's going on with our people. All right. So remember, if you're breathing,
you gotta shout. God bless you.
The WURD Radio newsletter, keeping you informed, engaged, and connected. Sign up by visiting wordradio.com. Scroll to the bottom of the page and type your email address under Connect with Us. You'll receive the latest information on WURD Radio, messages from our president and CEO, Sarah Lomax Reese, exclusive articles and multimedia content, and resources. Stay informed with the WURD Radio newsletter.